on the 29th, but one's going to have a birthday on the 1st to mark it, because you don't want to have their first birthday 4 years from now.
I know, exactly.
So that's why you do it like that. Yeah.
You only get to celebrate every 4 years?
It's nice to, you know, something a little individualized
I like
for
it.
two people who are going to have a lot of the same things.
Is it raining out there right now?
It's still raining out there, yeah. It's going to be wet on the roads tonight, and there still will probably be a few lingering showers for that morning commute, but it actually will come during a lull, and then we gear up for the really heavy stuff that comes later in the morning. So I think we'll be able to escape the worst of it for that morning commute as you head out the door. But it will be, I'll go ahead and give you a heads up right now. If you're picking up your kids from school and after the lunch hour, from lunch really through about 3, 4 o'clock, it's going to be a mess out on the roads. Heavy showers potentially and very strong winds, so it may take a little longer to get there, and just a heads up that you'll want to be careful too if you're going to be driving. More on that in a second. 47 out there right now. East winds at 12, a little bit of a breeze, but not nearly as windy as it's going to be tomorrow. On the radar, you can see the rain coming down across the metro area, back across I-84 too. It picks up a little more in intensity, starting to see that rain-snow mix for the Cascades as we head through the overnight hours. 47 right around the low there, so temperatures staying fairly steady. Rain will taper late. We'll have a few more heavy showers to get through over the next couple of hours, but again, by morning it starts to taper off. We've already picked up a 1/4 inch of rain, so we could do maybe another 1/4 inch as we head towards tomorrow morning. Northeast winds at about 5 to 10 miles an hour. Now we get to tomorrow morning and the winds start to ramp up, and we have these wind advisories in effect for the metro area on up into southwestern portions of Washington. This starts at 10 a.m. so that's when we'll start to see those winds start to really pick up. It continues through 7 p.m. South winds will be around 20 to even 30 miles an hour sustained, but the gusts could go between 40 and 50. And once you start to see that 40-mile-an-hour wind, especially when it comes to a soggy ground, that's when you can get some of that tree damage going and maybe even a few power outages. And then, of course, if you're driving any of those high-profile vehicles, because this is going to be coming in from the south, if you're heading east-west, you'll have to watch out for that possibility for it to impact that as well. So just be careful driving. Advisories extend all the way down south between Eugene and Salem. And again, that goes for tomorrow. Coastal areas will see the strongest winds, high wind warnings, and it starts a little earlier too. 6 a.m. to 4 p.m., 30 to 40-mile-an-hour winds gusting to 65 and higher. Some of the stronger gusts will likely be across some of the exposed areas and the higher elevations there. So here's a breakdown. Rain continues tonight. We wake up tomorrow morning 7:30. Most of the action is going to be out along the coast, and again, most of the wind too. As we approach the lunch hour, 11 a.m., we start to see those showers spreading into the valley. Winds start to pick up. Heavy showers will be coming down. This is at 1 o'clock, and you can see this model here picking up on some of the potentially heavy rain there moving through the valley. That's when we'll likely see our strongest winds. 4 p.m., we're still getting showers around. We're still seeing those strong winds, and of course, we're seeing strong winds to the Cascades as well. We can see 55-mile-an-hour winds there. As we go through the overnight hours tomorrow night, everything starts to taper off. Most of the wind tapering off by 6, 7 o'clock for the valley too. And then we wake up Wednesday to a break before the next system rolls in by Wednesday night. It is going to be an active week all week. Your forecast for the coast, highs in the mid-50s, wet and windy, rain, maybe even a few thunderstorms. I-5, highs in the mid-50s too, wet and windy, especially in the afternoon. Another 1/4 inch to 1/2 inch of rain there, and the wind advisories. East of the Cascades, not as strong with the wind, but breezy, and we'll see a few scattered showers here as well. For the Cascades, winds gusting to 55. Snow levels go up, so we'll see that transition to all rain at 6,500 feet. That's where the snow level will be. Through the gorge, a wet one too. 1/4 inch to 1/2 inch of rain, and the wind's not quite as bad there. West at about 15 to 25. Here's your 7-day forecast. Tuesday, wet and windy. We catch a little break Wednesday. Thursday, more showers, more breezy conditions. Friday looks wet. The weekend looks wet at times. We go into the early part of next week. Maybe we can catch a break Monday, but I already went ahead and looked at some of the forecast models for next week, and it looks like it's going to be fairly stormy then too. So those days of sunny weather and 60s for now are a little behind us.
So you're saying maybe the first 2 weeks of March at least kind of wet, more wet than dry.
More wet than dry, and then watching out for those occasional windy days. So March coming in like a lion this year.
Sure is.
We just got spoiled from last week anyways.
We did.